You know, like I was saying the other day when the matter was before the Senate on Busia County, and some of the issues that were rising there, honestly, there are things that should not even reach at the national level. I know the Busia County governor is my very good friend and was my neighbor in parliament, and I don't think it is him who is doing that. But because we don't have tightened structures, then it is very easy for systems that are really poor, to take root in counties. And that's why we are having challenges. If you ask these members, maybe for people like KJ, it might be a bit different, because you come to Nairobi and they already have classrooms in most of the places. But in our areas where there are no classrooms, rural constituencies, there are no classrooms, there are no dining halls, there are no, I know KJ wants to raise a point of order, but you can't compare Nairobi.
It is actually a point of information. Okay. Do you wish to be informed?
I wish to be informed.
And note you have only 30 seconds remaining. Honorable KJ.
Honorable Speaker, and I beg for you to preserve some time for the Honorable Millie Odhiambo, just to inform her that if there is an education crisis in this country, it is within the city. And this is coming from the Member of Parliament who is hosting the largest primary school by population, Ndurarwa Primary School, which is now at around 7,000 learners who are admitted to one compound that they are sharing with the DCC, the constituency office, the DSEC, the community center, to a point where last year we had to come to this house and plead with the members to consider us affirmatively so that we may be able to remedy the situation in the schools within Nairobi City County, where our systems and our classrooms had been condemned as unfit for human occupation, some that were last handled in the era of the Councillor Margaret Kenyatta when she was the mayor of Nairobi. Madam Speaker, the situation in the rural areas cannot get anywhere near to where the Nairobi city is. When you look at the situation in the area of the mountain, people are closing down schools. Where do you think those learners are? Rural-urban migration has brought a problem untold to the city. So I understand the point that she wants to bring, but I'd like to inform her that the Honorable Mwafrika here and myself are handling a situation of educating the children who are coming from the rural areas and coming into Nairobi in a place where we do not have the facilities. And I thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank Honorable Millie for accepting to be informed.
Honorable Millie, 2 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I think it would be nice for us to visit each other's constituencies. And I understand the crisis that you have in Nairobi, because you have a crisis where you have many, many children and you do not have even the land to build. And you have old buildings, no facilities. Maybe we are better than you because our children learn under trees. So maybe you are missing trees. But for ours, in our areas, there are places where there are no schools. Absolutely. If people come, sometimes I see people who are speaking in Facebook. Some of them I abuse, some I alive, some I ignore. When you come from rural constituencies, like places that are marginalized like us, when I went to an island called Sukru Island, there was no school, no class. In that, the only difference with the Nairobi is that it's not an island. The children can get into a bike and cross over to another. Where will the children from Sukuru go get a boat to go to Ngode on the mainland? So we have very unique challenges. What about people who are coming from Remba or Ringiti Island? We have very, very strange challenges in rural constituencies. And when you hear people, these young people of Nairobi, kujeni mashinani, so that you see real life, real poverty, real challenges. Madam Speaker, recently I broke down at an international conference when I was talking. I have to get therapy. The challenges we face in doing our work, I don't think people understand. We face a lot of challenges. If you have a heart for humanity, the problems we face in our communities
will break you.
I don't think people know what we go through. So Nairobi iko na shida, lakini yetu, sorry for breaking rules.
You have made your point. Member for Karachuonyo, Honorable Andrew Okwome. Honorable member for Karachuonyo, don't be bullied by the member for Kipipiri. Don't be bullied by the member for Kipipiri. You have the right to make a contribution. Please do.
Yeah. Can I ask Honorable Speaker, Honorable Member, to agree that there is nothing stopping me from contributing to that too? Yes.
Protected. Go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thanks for giving me the opportunity. And one thing I've been struggling with in my mind is that we get the bullets, we people who are MPs running, in quote, running the NGCDF. I'm talking this in relation to the county government share revenue they get. The one thing that everybody must agree, that CDF is doing the best, and you see the products of what the money they get is giving to the population of Kenya. This is different from what the counties are really doing. It is important for the senators to re-examine themselves and see whether the county government is giving what is expected of them, because our expectation there has never been reached even to 50%. The money they get ranges in billions. And the constituency, I don't know whether there are any constituency getting around 200 million. If there are, there can be one or two. They are getting below 200. But the result we get from that amount, you see the building coming up for police. You see the building coming up for the prisons from that small money that NGCDF get. But I don't know, maybe they should send an auditor who is not biased to also see what's coming from the county government. So the county government should actually encourage NGCDF to exist and continue serving the Kenyan people. This is very essential for the development of this country. In fact, some of us can be proud to say, yes, I have done it. A statement which cannot come from governor, and if it comes, it will be from very, very few governors. Those that I know are my friends. I'm not attacking them. I'm attacking what is happening in the counties. Because if we don't do something, we'll be missing the purpose for which devolution was created. Devolution as a system is excellent. We must have it. And I thank His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga for having thought of bringing it. He did a wonderful thing. But if it were followed, Madam Speaker, if it were followed from that year it started, by now we should be many miles ahead of what we are today. Because the purpose of that creation of devolution was to develop Mashinani. In fact, it's because of this that I'm totally against e-procurement, because it is trying